Okay, so here we are again. Hello and welcome back. This is Tokyo Extreme Racer Zero. See, after I cleaned my PC out, it started running better. So now I can record this game more efficiently. Anyway, this is a hacked save file. It's got millions of dollars, lots of cars, and a lot of cars that are maxed out that you don't normally max out in the main game because, like, racing with them is not very easy. Like, it's very easy to screw yourself over in this game if you don't know what you're doing by buying a bunch of cars that, while they might be cheap, they ultimately can't compete with the higher tier rivals, who will then proceed to kick your ass over and over and over again until you decide to start a new game and buy some better cars. And that's why I did this. I wanted to see what some strange cars were capable of that nobody in their right mind would put the effort into getting the mileage parts for. So here we go with the Autozam AZ1 over here, which, amusingly enough, you can actually read the badge on the back. This game gets about as close as it can to not being an outright copyright violation with the cars models, seriously. I mean, look. Instead of AZ1, it's the YN1. Looks the exact same. It's just a little few letters changed on the badge. Anyway, so this tops out at 201 horsepower with like 25 pounds of torque, I guess. I don't know if that's the actual torque or if it's meant to be like 253 pounds, because like most cars should have like 100 pounds of torque at least. Stock, anyway. Now, if it's only got 25 pounds of torque, it's a miracle it manages to even move itself. Anyway, this thing weighs 800 pounds. 851 pounds. And this is not the lightest configuration. I kind of did pick some parts over some others because I think they look better. Anyway, so we'll go on wagon here. And one thing that interested me is I wanted to see what these cars were capable of, because in a normal gameplay, you don't get to max these cars out because it takes a long time. Really, you need to get like 1,860 miles on them. It takes several hours. There's a method to help where it goes on autopilot, but even that takes several hours, and you may get 1 or 2 cars out of that, and you're not going to waste it on stuff like this AZ1. So, the AZ1 actually ends up being fairly fast. It's not the fastest car in the game, but it's a lot faster than when it started. It can hit like 170 miles per hour depending on the gearing. Like if I were to adjust the gearing here. So this could give some cars a run for their money, and it's very easy to turn. It's not so oversteery that it's hard to control. It's just very direct, very quick cornering. I did some tests earlier where I ran it around C1, and then I ran the maxed out Subaru Legacy wagon around C1, which is a Class A car which has like 800 something horsepower. And this actually got the better time. And I did a couple runs to make sure I didn't make any major mistakes, hit a few walls or anything that's going to budge the times up too much. So yeah, 170 miles per hour. I haven't raced it against anybody. I want to see if I can re-race some people and see what it's actually capable of. Let's try to find a car that might be around its level. Go against Bloody Mary with the mid-range Viper. Oops. Wagon northbound. Now this could possibly end badly, because the Viper is like one of the fastest cars in the game, but it's not fully tuned. At least this one isn't. So let's see how it fares. Yeah, they are still faster than us. Yep. Well, that was kind of obvious, I guess. Okay, but if we race it on somewhere where we have more of an advantage, like on C1. Well, let's try to find a car that's really close to it. Anguished Barbarian with the Impreza wagon. Impreza wagon and the Legacy wagon look very similar. For the record, the Legacy wagon I think is actually the Outback in the States, anyway. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure. And oh, we just kicked his butt. Can he catch back up? That's the thing, because I have an extremely limited top speed. Like this car literally can't go faster than this. I have tweaked the gear ratios, and it literally tops out at like 170. The engine just does not have any more power to go faster than that. And he is still faster than us. Okay. But can we beat a Viper on C1? That's a good question. So here we go. And it's gonna keep hitting our butt because it wants to go faster than us. But see, we have it in the corners here. Like, it barely even has to slow down. Do I look back? The controls are a bit screwy, so because I have them set for Tokyo Extreme Racer 3 right now. So yeah. That was pretty easy. Yeah, let's try something that's actually okay. Do I have another star beaten? They have like Subaru and Imprezas and stuff. Could try that. Freaking 1,000 horsepower Skyline. Can a 200 horsepower key car beat a 1,000 horsepower Skyline? Let's find out. The answer is probably no. Oh. Okay, well, here is the Supra Mark III, which is probably the cheapest car in Class A. And I lost a game because I bought this car because it was cheap and it just didn't perform as to what I expected it to. Now here it is maxed out, and let's see if it can actually compete with top tier rivals. So we're gonna start with... We'll start with somebody from Team Apps. No. AppPlug. That's what I meant to say. Take this 835 Skyline R32. On wagon. Because if you could beat the game in this car, that would be hilarious. This is like a $4,000 car. In this game, at least. As you can see, it's pretty freaking fast. Can easily break 200 miles an hour. Coming up to 240. 250. And since we're so close to the limiter, at this rate, you'll win races just because the AI makes a mistake. As long as you don't seriously screw yourself over. Now let's try somebody more challenging. Try AppPlug's leader in the maxed out Porsche. The pink Porsche. Here we go. Yeah, he's faster than us off the line, but watch what happens when we get up to like 250 if we don't lose by. See, we are gradually catching up because every time he hits the brakes, he slows down, and he can't go much faster than we are right now. Make up for it. And if we could pass him here, we might be able to pull off a win if we don't make a serious mistake. Kind of like that. But not quite, because we're so long. Ah, crap. Okay, let's try that again, because that was mostly my fault. Yeah, he's getting away in the beginning. Once he hits the speed cap, which is around 263 miles per hour, we start gaining on him. Now we're at 250. I think we're above his speed cap as an AI. I think. So now we're ahead of him. And if I could somehow drain his SP without screwing up, I would win this. And this is one of the faster rivals in the game. So if I beat him here, the same would apply to White Charisma, 400, Speed King, all those guys. See? So you can beat the game with a $4,000 car. And to prove it, oh, correction, $3,000 car, $3,780. And here's a more expensive one that's like $4,900, but it's less powerful. I don't know what the logic is behind that, but okay. Here's another car that's fun. It's the Stepwgn with 1,088 horsepower. They need more games with cars like these in them, seriously. Just ridiculously fast wagon. And I think it will break 200 miles per hour at least. Yep. Although I don't think you can beat the game with it because it pretty much tops out at 220. And you're going to need like 240 to 250 to be able to beat the game pretty much. This is just not going to be fast enough to catch AVF 911 and all the other ones. But it's still ridiculously fast. Because it's a big ass wagon. Anyway, and another car that you probably saw earlier in the video is the Honda Stepwagn. It maxes out at 354 horsepower because it doesn't really have that powerful of an engine to begin with. But I maxed it out just out of curiosity to see what it was capable of. It's not turbo, so it kind of suffers because of that. Because turbo cars, you can turn them up and gain like another 100 horsepower or so. But here's what it can do. It's kind of hard to see. I'm going to switch cameras now. Yeah, you're not going to be winning the game with this anytime soon, but I mean, it's a big box, man. It's 140, 150-ish. I mean, it would have been awesome if it made it to Tokyo Extreme Racer 3, but none of the Hondas or Acuras did, so... Yeah, there's people that praise the game having licensed cars. I personally think they should have just stuck with this system because they have more cars this way. Because wouldn't it be awesome to get like a van like this, swap a V8 and do like 200 plus mile an hour? I mean, come on, that would be hilarious, especially since it's pink or purple or whatever this color is. I was having a weird day when I customized this. Anyway, yeah, some other cars that I maxed out. Since you're not going to see these very often. Here's a Viper which tops out at 1186. That's not modified. Porsche tops out at 1160, but actually handles better than the Viper, surprisingly. The BMW only tops out at 646, so. And it's pretty heavy. So maybe avoid it. Because it's just not competitive. This is the Legacy wagon that tops out at 839. Stock Skyline, stock Supra, stock Impreza. The NSX tops out at 621. And the Unos Cosmo tops out at 961. This is a car that you do not see in video games very often, like the Stepwagon and other stuff with German Safari. And this is Midnight Rose's GTO. It tops out at 959. Kind of has a Ferrari body kit type thing on it. And the first time I saw this, I thought it was a Ferrari, but it's just a heavily modified GTO. Here's Supra again. 300Z tops out at 860. And there's a bunch of cars that I haven't gotten around to messing with yet. In Class B, the Acura Honda Accord wagon tops out at 455. Once again, it kind of suffers because it doesn't have a turbo. In the Stagia again, this Lexus SC Series Toyota Saurer with the V8 tops out at 687. Another car that suffers from the lack of turbo. Class A one has a 6 that might be turbo. I'm not really sure. The R30M tops out at 701. This is the car that's a reference to a Japanese TV show. It also has a siren and a machine gun on the roof that I don't think works. I mean, there's some sites that say it works. I cannot get it to work. So, yeah. The siren is true. It does have a working siren. But the machine gun does not work. And that's all the cars I mess with in that class. Got Stepwagon, the AZ1. Here's a Honda Civic. Tops out at 386 horsepower. And Street Gambler's truck thing with 498 horsepower, the most powerful car in Class C. Is actually pretty impressive. This is one of those cars that we need in more video games. Just random stuff like this. A Scion XB pickup with the mid-engine. Whoever came up with these cars is awesome, man. Seriously. And there's the MRS, classic Skyline. All those are stock though. Okay, so that's Iron Racer's 240Z, not the one you get from Craftman, but the slightly better one, which I can't figure out why it's in Class B because it's just barely powerful than the other one. Barely more powerful. Anyway. So, Lady, rear-wheel drive Skyline, Eclipse, Lantis. Let's see what this thing can do. And also show off the customization. So I did a hack to get a bunch of miles on it really fast, which somehow links the miles to the tire spinning. I don't know how. It's weird Game Shark code. Anyway, get the engine, it gets it to 317. Then the muffler, which somehow gains almost 100 horsepower. That is one ridiculously nice muffler. mean, seriously, how do you do that with a bunch of pipes? Anyway, yeah, drivetrain stuff, transmission. Just move everything to the right. So it tops out at 407, which is kind of disappointing. It's less than the Accord wagon. It's less than Street Gambler's truck, so why is Street Gambler's truck in Class C again? Anyway, probably because it's based on a Class C. So, body tune, aero tune. Let's get everything level 5 because that's the lightest. Over 100. Yeah. It just adds weight. Might give you a wider wheelbase in this game, but I'm not entirely sure. And the lightest bumper. And the spoiler. Like how 5 is usually the most ridiculous spoiler, and also the lightest somehow, even though it's one of the biggest. Logic, you know. Get a light, which puts tape on the lights and loses 4 pounds. What is this, helium tape or something? Okay. Color change. I'll just leave the color alone for now. Settings. Move that all the way over there. Lower the suspension all the way. And move the final gear over off in there somewhere. And let's see what this baby can do. Probably not much. I mean, I'm guessing top speed would be lower 200s. 190 to 200 is what I'm guessing. So we're at gear 5. $190. Can it hit 200? It can hit 200. We can hit 200 miles an hour in a 5-door compact. It's a 5-door. Can we push it further? Yeah, a little bit. 205. As fast as a real-world Lamborghini Murcielago. Okay, so it's pretty fast, kind of. It's not a game beater, but I mean, you can have some fun with it. So, anyway, I think I'm going to end this video here, because I'm kind of running out of stuff to talk about. So, like, comment, or subscribe. Watch out for the next video, whatever it may be. Might go to Tokyo Extreme Racer 3 and do some stuff. I have no idea. Anyway, thank you for watching and have a nice day.